Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Mr. Freeze. Hot off the heels of my Mr. Freeze collectible figure review from the Batman and Robin movie wave, here we have one that is, we'll say quote-unquote inspired by the Batman animated series interpretation of the character. My personal favorite, for those of you who don't know. That said, this of course is brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys as well. It's my good buddy Evil Villain. Click the link in the description below and give him a follow over on Instagram. Let him know Overlord sent you. As always, don't be a jerk. I'll send Mr. Freeze to turn you into a popsicle, alright? That said, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Mr. Freeze has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with this collectible trading card. There's a picture of him standing in front of his cryogenically frozen Vive. Yeah, it's the basic bio on the back for Mr. Freeze. If you come to this channel, you already know what's up with this character. He's one of the main Batman villains, and yeah. So, that said, of course, he also comes with a freeze gun. Now, this one I didn't modify at all. I heated it up, and the tip here just got all flaccid and stuff. I think the plastic is a different material, and they really glued that sucker in there. I doubt I could pop that out without messing it up. I kind of tried, but I'm kind of not really willing to do it at the same time. Yeah, it just doesn't really seem to want to come out. Maybe I'll heat it up again later, but for now it's fine. And the tip is pretty flaccid too, so yeah, not the best situation there. It's almost as if they caught on to us and noticed we were modding this gun to have a removable blasty blast there, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. It is what it is. Yeah, that's not coming out. So, setting that aside. This guy's, of course, as I mentioned earlier, inspired by this guy. This is the DC Collectibles Batman animated series, Mr. Freeze. This is the Target exclusive reissue from McFarlane Toys, of course, but it's the same mold that they did way back in the day. I do have the Kenner Mr. Freeze from the animated series, but that one is in storage. But this one is more show accurate, has the tinier backpack. Not sure when I'll get around to reviewing that, but I do have it. I would like to get the Scarecrow, and I guess that new wave with the Build-A-Figure Bruce Wayne is starting to show up. Speaking of Bruce Wayne, here's Mr. Freeze alongside the best Batman we got in this line, the Nightfall Black and Gray. Really like this figure, but there you go. Funny enough, I think when I first reviewed this mold figure, whatever you want to call it, the kind of tannish, whitish, light bluish colored one, I used the blue and gray Nightfall Batman. And this one I'm using the black and gray, because it's like literally right next to me. So there you go. That said, it does have a hockey puck display stand racing with all McFarlane Toys releases, and here he is. I will say also, the dome feels like a softer plastic this time around too, but I could be wrong. It said as far as articulation goes, his head can look up and down. Whoop. Up and down. Tilt side to side. The shoulder, he can also rotate. It said the shoulders can rotate too. I remember to do that. He does have that rotaty cap thing in there, and they will hinge out as far as the pauldrons will allow. They are connected to the bicep, so you can rotate the bicep there. They will flex. They're a soft, pliable material, so nothing to worry about there. He does have a elbow swivel, a double jointed elbow. Gets you about 90. He does have a gauntlet twist. He's kind of got like NECA double jointed whatever is going on. And then this hand, I have the hinge going up and down. This hand was a little stuck on mine, so I had to heat it up, pop the joint out, and then pop it back in. Now it works just fine. But it does hinge up and down, and then the wrist will rotate. The other hand does the same thing, except I have it going in and out. That said, the torso on this guy will crunch that far forward, that far back. He will rotate. He does have some tilt. His torso does not feel as loose as the other one. He does have a waist, but you pretty much get all your range out of the torso. Hips will kick forward, back, out, down. He's got a thigh swivel, pretty generous. Double knee. Actually, no cliffs of Dover on that sucker either, so that's pretty clean. He does have a swivel in the boot, as well as a swivel in the foot, with a hinge. There you go. With a hinge in there, as well as a toe joint. And that's your lot. Putting his dome back on. You gotta line it up just right. Get it in there. But once you get it in there, it will stay nice and snug. There you go. Aha. And there is Mr. Freeze in a nutshell. So before we wrap this thing up with some final thoughts, why don't we bring in our two regulars here? Of course, I'm referring to the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, right there, and the infamous Living Spawn, who is probably about neck and neck with Freeze, especially if we count his dome. Yeah, I'd say they're about neck and neck there. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and if you missed the first Mr. Freeze figure from the DC Multiverse line, and like myself, prefer the interpretation from the Batman animated series, well then, this figure is the best of both worlds. However, if you have that original Mr. Freeze figure and are content with that, then this is an easy pass. I think this figure was a way to get this figure, mold, character, whatever, back out there, because the other one was relatively hard to find, despite the fact that a lot of people were a bit iffy on the color choices. Me, myself, I could take it or leave it. Was it perfect? No, but was it bad? I don't think so. That said, I think this one is maybe a little bit better, hence why I think in the future this will be the more desired version. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later. But wait, there's more! Yeah, I figured I'd tack this little add-on to the end of the video, because after messing with it further, you can actually pop this piece out. Now, I know you could do that on the original one, but it didn't feel like you could do it here, and I didn't want to risk breaking it, especially on camera, like some simpletons here on the YouTubes. But yeah, you could totally heat this up. I would recommend not heating it past where my finger is, heck, even below where my finger is. That way, you don't soften the plastic on the effect itself, but once you do that, you can pop it in and out at your own leisure. That's what she said. That said, also, to follow up on my brain fart from the Collectabuild Mr. Freeze video I did yesterday from the Batman and Robin wave, Chris Nolan is the one that brought us the Constipated Bane, played by Tom Hardy. So, yeah, F that guy. So, with that being said, until next time, I'll catch you guys later.